Now I want to bring it on home to Shreveport. American Rescue Plan Act. All right. Shreveport residents speak out on how to spend the federal aid.
Welcome to Behind the Scenes.
Welcome to Behind the Scenes. This is our 22nd episode, so we're definitely putting in work, and I hope that, our people is getting something up out of this. I got my partner, my sidekick, DJ Hard, Shreveport, Louisiana. The topic of our show today gonna be American Rescue Plan, which DJ gonna do a presentation on that. A share. We're gonna do a share. My share is gonna be dealing with slavery never ended. It was only updated, just so you won't know. So that's what's happening.
Today, I'm going to be sharing some information on the American Rescue Plan because the mayor of Shreveport, Adrian Perkins, he asked people of Shreveport to speak out about how to use $48.2 million. So I want to highlight what's going on the national level, and then I want to bring it right on home to Shreveport and let everybody see what I have to say about the use of this $48.2 million. Can I tell you, it's about money and Black Lives Matter, man?
What? Straight like that.
Oh yeah.
We get the money, we got to get paid, and that's what we shooting for. Along with other people, that's trying to get this issue dealt with too. So that's what's up. Yeah, that sounds good. Money and Black Lives Matter. The song, the music, is the beat is hard, and the timing is definitely right for it, because we need to kick some music around. In regards to money and Black Lives Matter. They could shake their booty to it, dance around, whatever, but just enjoy the music, and enjoy with understanding the meaning, what it represents.
Yeah.
And so, okay.
Yeah, and I want to say one more thing about that song. George Floyd had a knee on his back, but in this song I say, take your foot off my back and let me get down for my stacks.
Yes, sir.
I tell you, because man, that's where it's at. Money and Black Lives Matter. Some of us want to form these industries, and so we here today to encourage any and every person who's thinking about going into business, because that I'm telling you, it's wide open, man. Anything you want to do is like, we're not overpopulated in that area. I guarantee you. You feel me?
Yes, sir. So that's what's up. Hope y'all enjoy the show. Hope you get something out of it. And we open the doors for everybody to be able to do their own research, because that's very important and necessary, so everybody can be on the same page on what we're dealing with. And it gives people, it brings unity. Knowledge brings unity. So that's definitely what we striving for, to reach a point, in this existence and this turmoil that we've been dealing with for over 400 years. It's time, for a change and make our lives better. On an economical level, on a business level, and a level of us being able to relate and communicate with each other without, taking each other out the game.
Right on.
So that's what's up. We coming to you, with the real, and we have studied and researched everything that we present, and so that's what's up. Just team on up with us, get with this show, subscribe because you know
Hit
saying
that
that
like
helps.
button.
Hit the like button and subscribe because that you know saying that boosts our show, put our show up there where it's supposed to be. That way we can reach more people and they'll see, you know what I'm saying, that we real with what we doing and everything that we talking about, everything that we present, you know what I'm saying, to the world. Straight like that.
All right, well, we're going to get on with the screen share because that's the most interesting and informative part of our program as we contribute some more information about American history. That includes us. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna deal with the present, and we're also going to deal with the history too.
Sir.
Okay. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back with y'all. Hang on in there now.
Welcome to Behind the Scenes.
Welcome back. Behind the Scenes, episode 22. And we're going to start our screen share on American Rescue Plan, our plan that passed. Okay? All right, take off, DJ.
All right. I just want to play a little bit of it because I get inspired by this very first part of this show. Okay, let's get the sound up.
Bring the sound up some more.
My God.
Bring the sound all the way up.
It won't go no higher. All right. But anyway, he just explained that it passed. That was the main part of this conversation, to let everybody know that it passed. Okay, I got the volume on 100. I'm gonna move to the next one. Now, this is that was the national level. Now I want to bring it on home to Shreveport. We're talking about the same money, American Rescue Plan Act. All right. So Shreveport residents speak out on how to spend the federal aid. Before I define that, I just want to, how we should expend it in Shreveport. Before I define that, I want to move on to another location, and we're going to talk about a mayoral candidate. His name is Joe Burns, and he speaks out what's going on in his neighborhood with $48 million of the American Rescue Plan. So, all right, let's see if we can get it up.
Getting so much federal stimulus funding when determining how to spend it. Burns, who is also the Democratic candidate for mayor this fall, says Binghamton is receiving $46 million in large part because of its high poverty rate. The U.S. Treasury Department announced earlier this week that the funds must be spent over the next several years on certain eligible uses, including public health, hard-hit communities, and infrastructure.
Hard-hit communities. That's what I want to get to, is because we're dealing with a situation here in Shreveport, and, so as we speak on that, let me show you what is meant in Shreveport by hard-hit communities that need some additional help. So we right here in the midst of it, right here in Shreveport. So let's see, I can expand this right here. Now let's play.
Interest in helping out so far. Now, while Takara doesn't live in her family's Queensboro home that used to belong to her grandparents, it is still in the family. She claims the area's upkeep has gone downhill since she was a kid, and she wants to know if property standards are upheld the same across the city.
Why is it that I can see this type of overgrowth and neglect in this neighborhood, but when I drive to a different side of town, that to me seems like it's an area that will probably be a mostly white rather than a mostly black area? I don't.
Okay. You see, she makes the point. All right. Now, when she go over to a white neighborhood, it looks a certain way, and then when she come to a black neighborhood, it looks a different way. Now, this is obviously a person who don't watch our show. Yeah, because if she watched our show, she would know historical reasons why it is a big difference between our communities.
Well, I think that, that's specifically her point, her reasoning for, checking it out and noticing the difference, and also getting at the news media in regards to it, because, she have been studying and doing her research. She may not have seen our show, but she's still down. She's still, educating herself, and she's still, questioning the people that need to be questioned in regards to what's happening, and let it be known that there's definitely a difference.
All right. Now, before I go back to her program, because I want to really let it sink in what I'm talking about. The difference, see, this is why you can't really compare. This is middle class. These are medium household wealth by race and ethnicity in the United States. And they got the dates here from 1983 to 2024. Now, I want you to look at from 2020 to 2024. Now, you can see that the projection is a flat line there. In other words, in our community, we have already flatlined because what happened in 2008 when a lot of people lost the value of their property in 2008 during the housing crash. Blacks also lost. Everybody lost. It showed you even that the middle class white families, they lost too. Everybody got hit kind of hard, but we got hit so hard because we didn't have much to start with in the beginning. So I want to go back to her program because basically what she's talking about is the problem. I want to talk about the solution. We can use the American Rescue Funds right here in Shreveport. We can use those funds for neighborhood revitalization. All right. For example, they can have grants available. Why I say grants need to be given to the property owners. That would do something significant for the community. It helped lift the spirits of the community. It helped improve the property conditions of people's houses and stuff like that if they was able to get grants, because in Shreveport, the houses that she is complaining about is in low income areas. Maybe some of the residents there are middle class, but I guarantee you the ones who are middle class, their property is probably kept up. And so we're talking about the senior citizens, disabled people, and people who are on fixed income who lives in Shreveport, who probably don't have the money available. And especially the way the system is structured, it's not structured to encourage people to make a certain type of investments in savings plans. So now everything has to be adjusted. And even have to be some government adjustments with that in order for us to really be more well off. It's something I want to do. All right, nobody had to ask me, to improve my house. All I'm trying to do is get the money to do it. All right, so maybe that's the problem with thousands and thousands of people in Shreveport. All right, they will be
No,
happy
maybe to it, that is the problem.
Huh?
It's not no maybe to it, that is the problem.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's why in this program I'm trying to really bring it on home that number one, when you're considering how to spend money in government activity, you'll have to look at the type of money it is. Is this a one-time piece of money, or is it a continuous cash flow? You got to make sure that when you're making a request for how government funds is going to be used, then you need to know the type of funds it is. Is it a recurring fund or a one-time fund? So for a one-time fund, this would be the best way to use it because you can use this money and make sure that we're hiring local contractors so the money will stay into businesses in Shreveport. So it'll be a stimulus for business. It'll be neighborhood revitalization, and it will, and just by the extra jobs generated, it would also include the amount of tax money that Shreveport will be collecting on a regular basis throughout this process. So I say that's a good investment. I would have to be so happy to see more politicians say that, but it's only a few. That's why I was only able to find one candidate, saying how to use the money constructively in a holistic way by giving the money to the community, people in the community, and because wealth trickles up. I don't know what everybody till Ronald Reagan flipped the script on it. No, wealth trickles up. So when poor people have more money, the rich people are gonna make more money. So it's pretty much all the way around. Do you feel me, Goldie?
Straight like that. That's real talk, man. That's what we dealing with. So, right now we in it to win it, and we're gonna deal with it and get the best stuff out of it. So let's go ahead and proceed on with this share.
Okay. I think my timer
I ain't tripping on the time.
sometimes it don't work. And you know what? I bet you it's not made in America.
Well, that's why it don't work, man. Don't worry about the timer. Let's run the show. That time be tripping
All
on
right.
the timer.
So I'm gonna end my screen share here. I think I made my
I thought you was
point.
gonna let her say some more.
No, because she don't really hit the point, man. She get all off, man.
You can't say she don't hit the point.
All right, let's
She done
say
done, she done
let's
done research. She done been to the white people's neighborhood. She see the difference, and she's presenting it. She's letting it know. So I don't get what you're saying. What she
all
don't
right,
get.
we're gonna play another minute of what she got to say. All right, we're gonna hear that.
See the same thing.
And when I spoke to her, she mentioned it's not just upkeep of homes, but also businesses. She says the properties around some shuttered businesses are not being cared for. Right now, Upkeep wants to know who is accountable and how can they get the ball rolling for permanent
What?
change.
I feel like when people can take pride in where they live, they are happier, first of all, about life. They're happier about the community, and I feel like they respect the community more. When you have to live in a place that you're not proud of, that does something to you in terms of your self-esteem, in my opinion. So I think if we can get these areas cleaned up and get things looking better, and get people feeling, more of an investment in more of investment in their community, then we can get some change done.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
anyway,
right. And I agree with her. I'm glad that she's took the time out to contact the news media. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what she's doing, have done is very important. You know what I'm saying? You know how many other black females that have got up on the news and they are speaking on what's going on in the businesses and the homes and stuff in the community and speaking on the difference. So she gets 100% props from me.
okay. Well, anyway, I wanted to play her segment, the segment, by Channel 3 News, with her on it, just so people would know what people are saying, what we are saying
Exactly
about
what the
our own
community is
community.
saying. Right.
So, and that's a part of my argument. It's like if these funds, $48.2 million, if these funds were set aside for grants to homeowners, that would help her mother. out who owns the property if they need some improvements or whatever. All right, and the other homeowners. And then exactly what you said, by the community being in better shape, less blight, more cleaned up grass and stuff like that. People will feel more proud of our community. But let me say this, maybe I got a little different point of view because I was homeless and I slept in a box and I slept in my car and I think I even camped over at your house a couple of times, and my friends and family, I camped out with them, but I wasn't able to live with them, but I was able to visit, and that helped me, stay off the street and stay out of trouble. All right, so it's very dangerous out there. And let me tell you, my house it may not be all that, but I'm gonna tell you, man, I respect my house. I appreciate my house, and I'm glad I got this house. All right, and I'm sure that there's a lot of other people, who might not have the best looking house on earth, but they probably feel the same way too. And that's why if some of this funds was set aside for grants to property owners so they could fix up their property and improve their property and help Shreveport look better. It's not because we don't want to. We just don't have the money to. So, that's why I'm talking to the leadership of Shreveport, Mayor Adrian Perkins, and any other person who wants to listen. All right, that this is a good use for this money. It's a one-time fund, as far as I can tell, so it shouldn't be used for reoccurring expense. It should be used for investments in the community and in revitalizing our neighborhoods. It's a good investment. It helped create jobs. It improved the look of Shreveport, and I think a lot of people will be happy.
Sounds good. So,
All right, well, I want to wrap up my screen share now because I want to get to your section now. Because we're going to really try to bring them a good show with a lot of information in it. All right, so we're going to end this segment and we'll be right back with Goldee Sec.
2 minutes, 2 seconds.
Welcome to Behind the Scenes.
Welcome back to Behind the Scenes, 22nd episode. Right now, I'm gonna do a screen share of Slavery Never Ended. It was updated so you won't have a clue. So let's begin. We got Kamala Harris, speaking on reparation and giving a point of view of what's happening and why, we are due reparation. So let's begin my screen share.
You support reparations for Black people? Well, listen, again, we had over 200 years of slavery. We had Jim Crow for almost a century. We had legalized discrimination and segregation, and now we have segregation and discrimination that is not legal but still exists and is a barrier to progress. We have disparities around housing. We have disparities around education. We have disparities around income. And we have to recognize that everybody did not start out on an equal footing in this country. And in particular, Black people have not. And so we have got to recognize that and do something about that and give folks a lift up. That's why, for example, I'm proposing the LIFT Act. Give people who are making $100,000 or less as a family a tax credit, which will benefit and uplift 60% of Black families who are in poverty.
So by default, it affects Black families, but there's not a particular policy for African Americans that you would exclude.
But no, if you look at the reality of who will benefit from certain policies, when you take into account that they're not starting at the same place and they're not starting on equal footing, it will directly benefit Black children, Black families, Black homeowners, because the disparities are so significant. So if we focus on the specific issues that have resulted in the greatest disparities, and we understand that that's part of why we're doing it. Listen, the reality also is this: any policy that will benefit Black people will benefit all of society. Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No, because whatever benefits that Black family will benefit that community and society as a whole and the country. Right?
I'm just here to make you think.
That's Dan Calloway. That's why I'm really happy that some of you watch our program and leave a comment, because this is what we're trying to do, is provide you with some information to help you navigate through some of the activities that's going on in your community, like what I covered today. All right. Okay, what I covered today was the American Rescue Plan, and of course, Goldee covered some issues in regards to reparations and in regards to slavery having ended. Now, regardless of all of those controversial things, we can see that even the news is reporting on the issue today, and you can see from the comments from people around Shreveport that it is a comparable difference between Black neighborhoods and white neighborhoods. So that equity imbalance, wealth equity imbalance between whites and Black, that's a real thing. We need to get smart, and that's why, when I bring a topic like the American Rescue Plan, it's happening on the national level. All right, it affects the state, and it's coming right on to Shreveport, Louisiana. So I'm just trying to suggest to the people who watch our program is to pay attention to what's going on, because this is a one-time resource right here, and that we should use it for grants going to property owners in Shreveport. And I'm not even putting the color on this thing. And I think using the American Rescue Plan funds in Shreveport for grants going to homeowners so they can improve their property, or maybe pay down their mortgage, whatever it is in regards to their home that they want to do. Please give them the freedom of choice, because the freedom means that we need to have freedom to think about the things that we want to invest into. Now, the point that I'm saying is, like, we got to internalize this being smart today, because today, in order for us to come through the adversaries' obstacles, we're going to have
We're
to be
being
very,
smart.
yeah, we're going to have to be
Exactly.
very smart.
We're being smart.
Very
That's how
smart.
come. That's why, what I'm saying, we shooting for reparation. That's why we, what I'm saying, shooting for economical success. What I'm saying, because we are being smart. Our eyes, we are aware of the truth and the real. What I'm saying, of what we've been subjected to. So smartness, what I'm saying, came from us. And as far as being smart, what I'm saying, we the ones that's smart, not them.
All right, well, I think I was being smart by making the point today on this show about what to do with these funds from the American Rescue Plan, right? You got to be smart about that. And that's why I say grants to homeowners in Shreveport. Mayor Perkins, please hear me. I'd like to know is your opinion on this, and anybody else out there in the community. Put your comment on this show.
It's real, the truth about our existence, and it's coming from behind the scenes. Okay, that's
Yeah.
what we here
And I'm
doing.
gonna continue to
Presentations,
sing.
and we trying to stay updated on with the politicians. You know, saying the moves that they making. You know, we trying to stay updated on that right there too. You know, saying because it's always been a situation where we have put people in office and they have not done anything, you know, saying that was beneficial to us, but they used us to get that position and to get that money for their own self. And once they got in that position, it's like we don't even exist. You know what I'm saying? They want to continue on with the same corruption that they've been presenting to us for over 400 years.
Some of the goals that I have personally with business activity or without, just personal things that I want is going to take. I'll get right back to my song again. It's going to take money and Black Lives Matter.
And
I'm
it's
telling
going
you,
to take those so-called smart people to recognize and understand that. You know what I'm saying? Money is going to take us a long way. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't no hands out. We deserve this. You know what I'm saying? This is what we are due. You know, y'all people is in the debt, man. You in debt to us. You know what I'm saying? Pay your debt. Show that, you know what I'm saying, you truthfully want to rid racism. Or prove that, you know what I'm saying, you see, you know what I'm saying, you recognize, you know what I'm saying, the wrong, and try to right the wrong that, you know what I'm saying, that y'all brought on us. Because if we was in your position, we wouldn't have no slaves. We wouldn't be trying to enslave y'all. You understand what I'm saying? We're a meek and humble people, and we would be, you know what I'm saying, getting along with y'all. You understand? So all this treacherous stuff that have been perpetrated on our people, you know what I'm saying, need to come to a screeching halt.
yes. And with that, I want to say that I really enjoy getting into this topic here. I hope that you hit that subscribe button so you'll be among the first to know when we put out a new show. And we're gonna keep it
Yeah, we need
on.
you to
Yeah,
like, and we need you
really,
to subscribe and tell a
listen.
friend. You know what I'm saying? Pump this show up. You know what I'm saying? Because this is educational for our people. You know what I'm saying? And in order for us to step our game up and get get our rightful position in life, you know what I'm saying? It starts at our level. You know what I'm saying? We in the hood. You know what I'm saying? No, we may not be millionaires. You know what I'm saying? We millionaires mentally. You know what I'm saying? But maybe not physically. You understand? But at the same time, you know, we feel like, you know, life. We still here. We still here on Earth. You know what I'm saying? We done seen all all this treacherousness that have been down and been done to our people. We can bear witness to it. You understand? So like I say, we still here. You understand what I'm saying? And we on top of this game, and we're gonna stay on top of it. And the whole presentation of what we doing, you know what I'm saying, is basically for our people as a whole. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got nothing to do with age. You know what I'm saying? Because the elders, you know what I'm saying, on earth is the ones who can bear witness, you know what I'm saying, to the beginning of time. You know what I'm saying? Of dealing with these people. So, you know, that's where I'm coming from on that.
Yeah. Meantime, we're going to get ready to wrap up this show. I want to thank you very much for watching. Be sure to support the music. Mini Bike Legacy, too. We're going to be hyping them up, you know, in case you want some sport activity. And I got a new album I'm working on to help me come out of retirement if that's necessary, called Elevator. It's going to be out June 2021.
Black Wall Street is being televised. Sunday, today, this is Memorial Day. We're doing this show on Memorial Day. Sunday, um, Black Wall Street, I think is going to be televised. So if you can catch it, look it up. Everybody needs to see this. I don't know if we're going to get the real truth about it, but we'll find out. If we see it, and like I said, subscribe, tell a friend, like our show, what I'm saying? Join in with us, what I'm saying? That's the part you playing, what I'm saying? And at the same time, it's showing unity, what I'm saying, among black folks, and it's showing, what I'm saying, black people working together and supporting each other, what I'm saying? So we need your support, we want your support, and we will appreciate it, So with that right there, this is the ending of our show, and we need your support, and so come on with it. Stop playing, because we trying to get this money.
Yeah.
I know you want the money, so come on in with us. Join in with us, and we're gonna get it.
We putting the merch together, right? So we getting our merchandise up ready for you. Y'all want to participate and support a Money and Black Lives Matter T-shirt? You can contact me at Goldee or leave a comment on this show. And I want to thank all of my music fans. This is DJ Hart saying thank you. And please don't drive drunk.
Support the music, because music makes the world go round, and it affects people. It affects everybody in some sort of way. So support the music, what I'm saying? Because this is black music. And, yeah, peace. And we love you. Just love us back.
Right on. Good night.
Good night.
God save you.